Are sleep trackers ruining our sleep? Let's talk about orthosomnia. I'm Dr. Nishi Bhopal. I'm a physician specializing in integrative psychiatry and sleep medicine. There's a new phenomenon called orthosomnia, which describes the perfectionist quest to achieve perfect sleep. And this has been attributed to the rise of the use of fitness devices and sleep trackers, like the Whoop device or the Apple Watch or Fitbits, Oura Rings, and so forth. This phenomenon was first described by researchers in Chicago in 2017 when they found that people were coming to sleep clinic not because they were necessarily having sleep issues, but because they were concerned about the data that they saw on their sleep trackers. About 10% of adults in the US use some sort of a sleep tracking device, and about 50% of adults report that they would consider using such a device. This is challenging, though, for sleep specialists and sleep clinicians because we don't really understand yet how to use these trackers in clinical practice. It's really important to remember that these trackers are providing information, that they're not a substitute for a sleep study or for a sleep evaluation with a specialist. Is it problematic to track your sleep with one of these sleep trackers? I think it actually can provide some valuable information, but it can become problematic when people become obsessed with the information. It can lead into the hyperarousal response. People can start to become hypervigilant and almost obsessive about tracking the sleep and obsessive about how much sleep they got and how much REM sleep it said they had and how much deep sleep. And so this can create more anxiety about sleep, which then actually makes it harder to sleep. That anxiety, that hypervigilance, that sympathetic nervous system response can hinder sleep. So that's why becoming too focused on the data from the sleep tracker and not focusing enough on how you're actually feeling can be problematic and cause more problems in the long run. Symptoms of orthosomnia include difficulty getting to sleep, difficulty staying asleep, difficulty getting back to sleep after waking up at night, feeling unrefreshed, anxiety about going to sleep, even symptoms of depression, irritability, fatigue, anxiety, stress, and feeling generally lethargic. These are all symptoms of orthosomnia. These are symptoms of becoming excessively preoccupied about your sleep quality. Many of these symptoms occur because of a preoccupation with getting the right kind of sleep, the right type of sleep, the right amount of sleep, the right timing of sleep. All of these things are important, but if you become excessively preoccupied and focused on these things, it's actually going to hinder your sleep quality. Should we not be using these devices? Should we not be tracking our sleep? The thing is that it's not the tool that's the problem, it's how we use it that can become problematic. As with any tool, you want to use it in the right way. It's when we use it inappropriately that it can create issues. I think these trackers can be helpful. They can give us insight into how various lifestyle aspects or other things that we're doing can affect our sleep quality. So it can be really helpful to see how alcohol, for example, affects your sleep quality, or how your levels of activity during the day affected your sleep, or what your heart rate variability was, and that's a marker of how our body responds to stress. It also can give us insight into your sleep patterns. You can see if your sleep patterns vary widely from day to day, and it might give you some information as to what you might want to do to regularize your sleep patterns and your circadian rhythm. Full disclosure, I myself have an Oura Ring. And I really enjoy using my Oura Ring because it gives me information on how my sleep was after I meditated, or how my heart rate variability was. It's also a really great reminder. It sends me reminders to go to bed. I'm somebody who is prone to staying up late to get that last one thing done. So it's a great reminder to wind down in the evening and go to bed and stay on a regular sleep schedule. So for those reasons, I actually really appreciate the data. But at the end of the day, it's not the data that's important, it's how you feel. Take the information with a grain of salt and tune into your body. Notice how you feel. If you find yourself becoming obsessed and preoccupied with the data from your tracker, simply just take a break from the device. Stop wearing it for a few weeks and stop focusing too much on that information and just stay tuned into your body. Go back to basics and go back to the old-fashioned advice of sticking to a regular sleep schedule, not spending too much time in bed, getting regular exercise, working on relaxation, working on stress management. healthy eating, and so forth. And if you're really struggling, if you're having a hard time quieting your mind and quieting your body and getting ready for bed, and if you find yourself getting preoccupied and obsessive about your sleep quality, don't hesitate to reach out for help. Talk to a psychologist or a psychiatrist like myself or a behavioral sleep specialist for more guidance. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also get my free sleep guide, which is available on my website at intrabalance.com/sleep guide. That's INTRAbalance.com/sleep guide.